This is just my effort for a book, which you got to do, like the developmental unfolding, the sort of like my case conceptualization of ADHD. But even before we get to the cognitive behavioral, the Beckian conceptualization, and yeah, probably should have given the background at the outset. I've been at the University of Pennsylvania since I was a postdoctoral fellow in the at the Center for Cognitive Therapy. So I've been steeped in cognitive therapy, and I did not, ADHD was not on my radar screen. It's connecting with Dr. Tony Rothstein, my psychiatrist colleague and frequent co-author, and a very noted child psychiatrist and later on adult psychiatrist in the Philadelphia area, who was already familiar with ADHD and just asked me if I'd be willing to develop the behavioral approach. And so something I got asked years ago, 2002, one of the first conferences. I mean, this is our ADHD program started in 1999, but we probably, outside of like maybe Penn students, we weren't seeing anybody until maybe mid 2000, maybe early 2001, in terms of saying, hey, we're a program, come see us. And at one of our earliest bigger workshops at a bigger conference, and it was a CBT conference, somebody asked me, and it's a in the field question. It was a perfectly valid question. What is the cognitive theme of ADHD? So within cognitive behavioral therapy, let's just say the cognitive distortion list that you see in Feeling Good or that Beck talks about, the distortions are all the same, but within different conditions. All right, so let's take this, and I see there's a question. Let me get to it. Oops, hold on. All right, that I did. This talking to yourself out loud reminds me of self-hypnosis. Has self-hypnosis been applied to helping ADHD folks getting things done? I actually think there was a trial of it done by the Finnish group. I think it was self-hypnosis. They might have had like a cognitive training and they compared CBT. I might have that wrong. Other than that, I would not know if self-hypnosis has been tried. And to my knowledge, I've not seen any hypnotherapy been tried. Emotional management, managing the discomfort. Again, I use the title of acceptance, mindfulness, and persistence. And I'm not talking about die-in-the-wool mindfulness exercises, which I greatly respect. Lydia Zylowska and John Mitchell have a manual of mindfulness, a mindfulness-based group for adults with ADHD that's evidence-supported, and it can also be modified for work with individual clients. And Lydia has a wonderful popular book that is so wonderful, I'm forgetting the title right now. The mindfulness approach, the mindfulness prescription for ADHD, that's what it is. And I think it comes with like a CD of mindfulness exercises. But more the notion of mindfulness, almost like as a cognitive strategy of noticing what you're feeling, but that you don't have to make